It feels so good to finally be back in my wheelhouse breaking down competitive film. Thanks so much on the video yesterday, the support that you guys gave that video. We went through, we talked about one of the rounds in Hitch's Black Ops 4 throwback tournament. Today, I wanted to go ahead, we're going to look back at Champs. So in that grand finals at Champs in Black Ops 4, it was 100 Thieves versus E United. In this video, I wanted to look at Control a little bit deeper just so that if you're new to the Modern Warfare scene, you might not be too familiar with how the game mode works. So by going through and looking at different rounds, hopefully we're able to help you out a little bit before Black Ops Cold War is upon us. As we go ahead and look at the film here, just to kind of lay the groundwork for everybody, you can see in the top that 100 Thieves is up 2 rounds to 0. So if they win one more round, they're going to end up taking this map, which would give them the lead in the series, right? Because right now it's 100 Thieves has won the first map, E United won the second map. So, I mean, that's kind of unimportant to what we're talking about here, but it is important for them in this moment to win this round so that they could end up winning this map. Attackers are on the right-hand side over here. Defenders are on the left. So E United is on the left playing defense. 100 Thieves is on the right playing offense. And just in case you missed yesterday's video, the whole point is that if you're 100 Thieves, you want to either go to A or go to B off the rip. In Control, it has a couple elements from Search and Destroy, a couple elements from Hardpoint and Respawn game modes. But if you're the attacking team, you either win by capturing A and then going over and capturing B. So you have to capture both points. Or, again, in the top middle, you can see that there are 30 lives left for each team. So if you're the attacking team, you can either capture both parts or you can win the slaying battle. If, say, you have 5 people left and your enemies have 5 people left and you end up winning that 5v5, then you end up winning the round by winning the slaying battle. So has a little bit to do with Search and Destroy, has a little bit to do with capturing flags, but that's what we're going to be looking for, and the groundwork is laid as we move forward here. So as we press play, it's really important to kind of watch where those red arrows are going, because that's essentially going to dictate what that attacking team is trying to do off the rip. So again, if I'm looking at the minimap, just focus on it here, you can see that a lot of those red arrows are pushed up towards the top side of the map. So off the rip, that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to attack that B site and at least get a tick in. We'll talk about that in a moment. But just like that, every single person goes down for 100 Thieves, which this is where, again, strategy comes into play. If we look at the minimap, you can see that as they come up off the rip, rather than come up off of spawn and head back over towards B, you know that they can't really go that way, right? Because if they go towards B, there are 4 players that just countered their previous attack towards B. So rather than do that again off of spawn, they're going to send all of these red arrows here over towards A, because they'll have the advantage getting into this A position over here. As we press play, another thing that came into this, remember Specialist, you can see Priesta right here has his slam. He's going to get a 2-piece right there. Kenny gets 2, Octane gets 1, and just like that, they essentially took over that A site. Now, as we're on board, you can see that they took over that A site, but this is where strategy comes into play. So, again, yesterday we broke down Arsenal. Today we're breaking down Frequency. And when we're looking at this map, this is just one of those things that's special about this map. You'll notice that as soon as they overtook A, rather than stay over here at A with all 5 of their people, instantly they got 5 down. So every single person from 100 Thieves rotated over to B, because B is much harder to get if you're the attacking team. So with that in mind, they just leave Octane at A, and right now, since they have numbers, they're going to try to get as many ticks in up at B as they possibly can. And as we're talking about ticks, just in case you missed yesterday's video also, right here, you can see that to capture the B zone, they have to fill up this marker right here. But they don't have to fill up the entire thing in one try. Once you get to this part right here, this line, then your progress won't be depleted after that. So even if you get wiped and the other enemy team takes over, you're still going to have that tick in, which means it's important to get. So at this point, they have that first tick. Now they're going to be working towards getting towards this second progress tick. And if they get that, then they could fill it up the rest of the way and they could end up winning the round from there. So why did they go ahead and rotate early over towards B? Just because it's so hard to get. Mainly it's so hard to get because that defensive team can get over towards B much easier and they can overtake the top side of the map. Right here you can see that Octane has out this, actually this is just a specialist, but this is like your AR superstar that's super accurate, right? They would run this specialist, and I mean, it's an elite thing. It's a game changer, right? Because he was the only person that was left over at A, and he knew that E United was going to try to get him off. So again, strategy comes into play. You know that you're going to be in a 1v2, 1v3 situation. You just pop your specialist bonus. He's able to get those last 2 kills and get that final tick at A. Now the progress is up towards B. So right now there are 17 lives left. So if you're thinking about it, if you're 100 Thieves, all you need is one more tick at B and you're going to end up winning this round. You're going to end up winning this map. But the other part of this is you can see that they're pushed back a little bit. So if we go through and we look at the mini map, again, spawns never flip in this. So if you're 100 Thieves, you're spawning over here. And to get up towards B, you can see that there's a blue arrow here, a blue arrow here, a blue arrow in the middle of the map. Now, Octane and Enable are on the flank, which in this scenario is going to help them, right? Because they can work back towards B, and now they can set up a pinch on these blue arrows that are up towards the top side of the map. But the other thing about this game, which always makes it interesting, is that you can see right here that Octane just got a lightning strike. So kill streaks were pretty lethal in this. They came in relatively quickly. So that's just one of the other things that made Black Ops 4, at least in my mind, so much fun to watch, because in Modern Warfare, everybody just used specialist, which is great. I mean, it makes your character, it makes your soldier more lethal, but it's just not more interesting to watch, right? So right there, you can see that Kenny invested that Hellstorm missile. Unfortunately for them, he wasn't able to get those kills at the top side of the map. And just like that, again, as we're watching the mini-map, E United still has control of B. 100 Thieves is pushing in right now, so they just called in the lightning strike. You can see that all of those specialists were invested, and they're still not really overtaking this B site. And just like that, think about how much has been happening, right? It's just been nonstop action for the last minute or so. I haven't stopped talking at all whatsoever. And while that was all happening, last time we talked about the live count, it was 17-17. And right now, if we pause this, you can see that 100 Thieves has 5 lives left. E United has 4 lives left. So now this is where it slows down a little bit, right? It changes from, because if you're looking at the time, there's still 1 minute and 1 second left. So it's not like 100 Thieves has to get on this site right now or they're going to end up losing. This is where the strategy changes a little bit, and it's kind of like search and destroy. You have a one-man advantage. So as long as you're able to trade out most of these kills, if you have a war machine or something, then this is a perfect time to bust it out, because if you can get a 2-piece with the war machine, you're going to be up 5-3 or 5-2 in terms of the life count. So that's just one of the other things that makes this game mode so much fun to watch. It's just, there's so many different quirks where in domination, you're just trying to tug a war on 2 sides, right? It's not that much fun. So this is why you see right here, you see Octane just invested his missile and he wasn't able to get anyone. That's what we were just talking about. If you're able to get it from a 5v4 to a 5v3 or a 5v2, and you win this round, then you're going to end up winning the map going up 2-1. So that's why they called that in, even though they weren't able to get a kill. And just like that, Clayster gets a kill, ARCITYS gets a kill. Now we're in a 3v3 on the site. Clayster gets another kill. Now it's a 3v2 for E United. And if you're 100 Thieves, you just have to clutch up, right? ARCITYS is able to get a kill. Octane gets one right there. He's not able to get the third. SIMP actually kills his teammate, but he also kills Octane in the process. And that round ends up going to E United. So, man, I don't know. It just, when I watch Control, it's just so interesting. It's just so fun to watch. There's just so much happening, which is why I'm so excited to see it coming back, or at least hopefully coming back, right? They did say in the Black Ops Cold War release, they said, and the return of the competitive game mode control. So it's not like it's a bazillion % true that we're going to have control back, but that's kind of what you can take away from the words that they said, right? So if you're new around here, you enjoy this sort of competitive breakdown. I was the first one. I've been doing this for like 400 straight days in a row. So make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Any comments, put them down below. Do you remember this match? Are you learning a little bit about control? Is there something that you don't know, right? Is there something that you want me to specify a little bit more? Let me know down below. Leave a like. It always helps out the channel. Thank you guys so much. We will see you in tomorrow's upload.